welcome back to my channel. My name's Andia and I'm just gonna be working on my manga. And the pages that you're seeing me working on, they're all from chapter 3 of my story. And I'm mostly using Clip Studio Paint. That's the best one definitely for comics and manga, 100%. I've really been getting back into working on this story again since over like the past, I think probably like 3 weeks or so. This is the only sort of art that I've actually really done, which is quite funny because I remember this whole pivot started like pretty much maybe a few days after I posted like my 2025 art goals video. And in that one, there was a lot I talked about, especially when it comes to more traditional art as well. And there are some things I still want to stick to, like still working on my bigger pieces when I have, but I think that will be for after I move and I actually have more space to work on them. So, but for now, like, and I think just throughout this whole year and in general, my main focus is going to be my story, since after posting that video, I still kept really mulling over in my head what I actually would feel really accomplished having done and really getting fully into during this year. And I came to the conclusion that really the only thing I actually would feel genuinely accomplished to doing would be working on this story. So why aren't I working on this story more? So that's why I'm getting back into it again. So instead of like trying to be good at everything art-wise and just trying to improve my skills on everything, I think it's just best if I just mainly stick to this. And, you know, actually try and make this like a proper thing that, you know, maybe I can try and get published eventually. Maybe get it printed, you know, probably maybe self-publishing will be the route to go really. But yeah, it'll just be nice to start getting this story out there by like the end of this year. I would also really like to get back into making like regular, like weekly, bi-weekly videos again, like I was doing before. But the problem is right now I'm kind of in the process of like packing and moving, so that's all kind of just taking priority right now. I am still drawing, so that's why a lot of these you could see are screen recordings of my drawings, just because, you know, you don't have to see the mess around me. So I think until I get like settled in, I might not be posting as regularly, but hopefully after that I can actually properly start to get back into, you know, making videos again as well. And it'll just be more fun as well, just seeing me work on my manga more. So I want to share my process with you guys about all of that. And it's also nice just seeing what other people are up to, other creators and their stories. And I really love watching those sort of videos. Even when I'm working on this, if, you know, I get bored of music or anything like that, I can just put on somebody else's video, like a little vlog of them working on their story. And I know, it's just nice, it feels like a little community. I have also been thinking about just starting to post my story now, since like originally I wanted a few more chapters done so that then I could post more regularly. But I feel like if I just start, it'll probably be better for me. There's more chance of it being seen, and I don't know, I'm kind of debating with that fact. So I know I'm kind of thinking at the moment I'll finish this chapter, might plan out the next one, and then I don't know, I might just start thinking about starting to upload it and just, you know, deal with the fact that I can't be posting regularly, since, you know, I do have a full-time job, I have training to go to and as well, and it's just those things do take time as well. So I can't just be staying at home all day working on my manga, as much as I would love to. But, you know, unfortunately can't do that. But I feel like if I just keep waiting and waiting for this sort of, I don't know, magical chapter number where I feel like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe I can start posting now so it'll be regular, I feel like I'm just going to be waiting forever. So that's why I'm just considering maybe getting this chapter done and then, you know, starting to upload it. I don't know, and then just see how I get on. You know, if the next chapters take a long time to upload, then, you know, so be it. Since, you know, it's not like, I don't know, who knows, maybe nobody will even read it, you know? So I don't really see why I'm so worried about it, since, you know, it would just be nice to start getting it out there instead of just waiting for this sort of perfect moment in my head that I have, you know? And it would just be exciting knowing that I have started putting it out there. Like, you know, maybe somebody will find it and somebody might like it, you never know. I am quite excited about that. So I might just have to think about, you know, doing like a little cover image and seeing what else I need for those, you know, to start publishing it online. Since originally when I started working on this, the first website that I really thought it could go on was Manga Plus Creators. It seemed like the obvious choice. That's also why I started doing this story, reading right to left, since, you know, that is more of a manga focused website, and it, you know, it's come from Japan, so it kind of made sense in that context. Though I think I will also upload it probably on Global Comics as well, since, you know, that seems like a popular choice as well. And as much as like obviously webtoons that's popular and everything, mine won't fit in there, since, you know, it's not a vertical scroll. This is like a, you know, traditional pages traditional turning pages and spreads, so I probably won't be going on to webtoon or anything like that. But yeah, I don't know, I'm worried. I wonder what else I'd really need, but I think just that whole process of getting me sorted, I just need to get it started and just start uploading, since I'm just like too worried about it. I need to try and not like worry myself out about it too much. I guess it's just hard since like I feel like art is just so intertwined with who I am as a person, so it's like it's like this is a part of me, and then I'm sort of starting to worry, oh well, what if what if people think it's absolute garbage, you know? Since but who knows, I don't know. I don't know, at least like when it comes to this, I'm glad that I actually have, you know, like a bit beginning, middle, end. I have the whole thing planned out. Like, this isn't some sort of endless story that will like go on forever, since I don't think that's probably not a good choice for the first thing, especially like for me personally. I think I like having that knowledge of how this is gonna end and how it's gonna end. Like for me, that works well, since I don't think I could do like some sort of really large series, since I know there are quite a few people who do that, who jump in. And you know, the thing is, like, if it's a story you want to tell, if it's something you've been mulling over in your head, it's like, just go for it. I know a lot of creators say, especially in like the manga space, like start with like one shots and everything. And obviously, yeah, that's good advice, but if there's somebody especially who doesn't necessarily want to go the traditional route, then, you know, why not just work on your one story and just put like everything into it, even if it does take a long time. If it's something you're really passionate about telling, then you're probably better off trying to tell that story instead of doing some little ones that you might not necessarily really care about, and it does not really show who you are as a creator and an artist and a storyteller, you know? I do wonder how long this story will like end up being, like how many chapters. I don't know, in my head I'm kind of thinking it's probably going to be less than 30 chapters, but I'm not quite 100% sure, since I, like at the moment, I don't have it like planned out like chapter by chapter what's going to happen. I sort of have the whole thing and then I break it down into chapters as I go. And then, you know, I usually plan out a chapter, do the storyboards and everything, and then I actually draw the chapter, since I can't just like storyboard out like the whole thing or write a script. I don't think my brain works like that really. Like there's some things that I, you know, think about, if I definitely want to write out more, then I will, but I can't just do like the whole thing. I've seen people like write out whole scripts and details of what's going to go in every panel, but I don't think that will work for me. I tried that a little and I just couldn't do it. I just kept avoiding it. I don't know. I guess I'll just see how the story develops, since like at the moment I'm keeping each chapter between like 25 and 35 pages. I think my average like so far with these three has been around like 26-ish pages, and I think I just want to sort of stick to that same number for each chapter. I am very excited to get to like the actual proper meat of the story and get into some of the backstories. So I am really excited about that, and I can't wait to get to those points, but I can't rush it. I can't rush anything. I can't try and rush into things like I did the first time around when I first tried to do the story and it like completely backfired. Had to like redo everything. But at least this time around, I've learnt my lesson. I know, if any of you guys watching, or well listening really mainly, if you guys are making any sort of manga, comics or whatever, or just any sort of like narrative illustrations, I would like to hear your process, since I think it is quite interesting how different people do it. Since I know a lot of people, sometimes they spend a lot of time on the storyboarding process, and some others, they just sort of whip it out really fast and then just develop it further on a bit later. I do think it's interesting to see how people, what order they sort of work in, since there are some things you can't like get around with skipping, but I just think it's interesting how people split those things up for how they work for them. So that's kind of all I wanted to say in this one, and hopefully I'll be able to get back into making proper videos soon and actually upload them regularly. So hopefully it won't be too long until that can happen. I do enjoy like documenting the process of me working on these. So yeah, it'll be nice to get back into that once I'm settled in. And yeah, just you can let me know if you're working on a little story. You can mention it in the comments. I can check it out. It'll be nice. And yeah, let's just keep going, guys. It's gonna be a long road for all of us who are making like little stories. So hopefully with some payoff in the end. I don't know. Even just this self-satisfaction of knowing like it's finished in the end, you know, that'll be great. So yeah, that's kind of it for this time, and I hope to see you again in another little video.